In January, I had to change my phone number because I was getting some crank calls. And besides it stopping those crank calls, it had another positive effect. I stopped receiving scam calls. I guess my old phone number, they get associated with all different kinds of accounts, including things like Medicare and Social Security. And I'm sure somewhere along the way, disreputable people got a hold of my phone number from call lists that they weren't supposed to get. And I was literally getting dozens of calls every day from scammers. Now, I set my phone up to silence the junk calls and to silence unknown callers. But every once in a while, I would take the filter off to see what was coming in. And I admit that on occasion, I had fun playing with the scam callers. Now, I don't recommend that you do this. Don't do what I did. But I got to tell you that I had fun telling this person that called me, trying to sell me end-of-life insurance, that I was, in fact, an alien from another planet. And the planet I was from made me virtually immortal. So the life insurance policy wasn't going to do me any good, but I would love to get further information to share with my earthling friends. Well, they did hang up on me, so I guess I had the desired effect, but it was just fun. Now, I joke about it, but we know the fact is that older adults are susceptible to financial abuse and exploitation because they're perceived to be easy victims. Scammers believe that older adults may be in cognitive or physical decline, that they may have accumulated wealth, which can be tapped into, and that they might be isolated from their friends and family so that it's easier for a stranger to take advantage of them. And in many cases, they're right. Regardless of whether or not you're educated or believe yourself to be too smart to be scammed, you have to understand that scammers are becoming more and more sophisticated and using technology to create realistic sounding scenarios. So what I want to share with you are some of the top scams that are attempted on older adults, how to recognize them, and how you can protect yourself or someone you love. I'm going to include some clips of actual scam calls or what the scam call might sound like so that you can recognize it if that call happens to come in to you. The first group of scams are the government imposter scams. In these scams, the scammer will call you and pretend to be from the Internal Revenue Service, Social Security Administration, or Medicare. If they say they're calling from the IRS, they will probably tell you that you have unpaid taxes and that they're going to send the police over to arrest you unless you pay up immediately. They'll direct you to go to a store to buy certain gift cards, or they'll direct you to go to a Bitcoin machine to pay back these taxes. The purpose of this scam, obviously, is to get money. If they say they're from the Social Security Administration, they will say that your Social Security number has been associated with some crime or crimes and that they will help you clear your name. Again, this is going to cost you, so they're trying to get money from you. If they say they're from Medicare, they will tell you that there's a problem with your account and that your benefits are going to be cut off if you don't provide personal identifying information to confirm who you are. The purpose of this scam is to steal your identity and then commit fraud using that identity. The clip I'm going to share is an interesting one. The scammer made the mistake of calling a police captain. The scam is that her Social Security number is apparently associated with some terrible crimes, and the scammer is going to help her clear her name.
Can you verify me your home address?
No, I will not.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm not going to give you my address. If you have my file on me, you should know what my address is.
Miss Stephen, you need to understand one thing over here, that I'm trying to cooperate with you on the recorded line, and even you need to cooperate with me. Recent mailing address?
My current address is 205 Saunders, Saunders Street in Apex, North Carolina.
Want me to read out the complete information to you about the allegations from which you can now. There are legal enforcement agencies involved in this case. So before we go ahead and give out the complete information to you, I need you to verify me with the last 4-digit number of your social security so I can confirm that the details are given to the right person.
I'm not going to confirm my social security number with you.
Ms. Stephen, I'm not asking you to confirm your social security number. What I'm asking you just to verify me with the last 4 digits of your social security so I can confirm that the details are given to the right person.
I'm not going to do that.
Social Security Administration and law enforcement agencies has found 25 fraudulent bank accounts opened and used fraudulently using your social security number to commit a fraud of more than $10 million. This account were used to transfer and receive funds for illegal local and international bank wire transfer include like money laundering, drug trafficking, and for internal revenue service tax scams all over USA. I need to give them the details. So can you just tell me how many bank accounts do you own as per your knowledge and information?
I would like to just speak to your supervisor now, please.
And you told my officer that you want to speak to a senior officer, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, now go ahead and let me know how many bank accounts are originally owned by you, which has nothing to do with the illegal activities.
Well, if it has nothing to do with illegal activities, why do I have to give you tell you how many bank accounts I have?
See, if you do not tell me how many bank accounts you have, we'll go ahead and suspend all the bank accounts which are connected to your social security. So don't blame us if you lose any money. We are trying to help you out over here, okay?
Well, I just don't understand how giving you I would like to know what the allegations are against me and what you're going to take out a warrant for.
Right now, there are 2 criminal charges against you. Number 1, drug trafficking. And number 2, money laundering. Okay?
Well, that's better than the 25 the first guy told me were out against me.
According to the IC3, people aged 60 and older lost more than $3.4 billion to government impersonation scams in 2023. The scammers can use special technology to spoof the actual phone number of a government agency to a number with a Washington, D.C. prefix of 202. This can trick you into believing that it's coming from a legitimate source. The next type of scam is the sweepstake and lottery scam. A scammer will call you and tell you that you've won the lottery or a prize, and in order to claim your winnings, you have to send payment in some fashion to cover the taxes and processing fees. They will impersonate organizations you're familiar with, like Publishers Clearinghouse, to create trust that they are legitimate. After they receive the fee, no prize is ever delivered. And once they're successful in getting you to send them money, they will call you back, claiming that the prize has been delayed because they miscalculated the processing fees or there's some other fee involved. They figure if you were vulnerable once, they may as well try again.
By your date of birth.
March 19th, 1955.
The third question to verify your current address.
Long Beach, California, 90810.
Alright, yes, so I have submitted all 3 verification questions in the system. They're correct. What is required to complete your registration and get your asset out for delivery to you? You can go to any Fortune 500 department store close by or any convenience store, and you ask them for 2 Green Dot Money Pack scratch cards. They're to complete your registration. Each card costs $5.95. Once you have them in your possession, you just reach back out to us with the picture, and we'll attach it to your file and get your asset out for delivery to you, okay?
Robocalls happen because somehow your phone number got on a call list that a scammer got a hold of. The one that most people are familiar with is the expire car warranty phone call. Most of us know to just hang up on those. But there's a more sophisticated one going around. And in this robocall, someone will call you, you will pick up the phone, and on the other end, they may say, "Can you hear me?" Or they may say something else, pause, and then they will say, "This phone is breaking up. Can you hear me?" In either case, what they're trying to do is to get you to respond with a simple yes. So it's, "Can you hear me?" Yes. As soon as you say that yes, the scammer records your voice and hangs up. The recorded yes is used to authorize unwanted charges on a stolen credit card.
Hello, this is Katrina.
Hi there. Uh-oh, this headset is acting up on me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello? Hello?
Computer technical support scams prey on an older person's possible lack of knowledge about computers and cybersecurity. If you've ever been surfing on your computer or on your phone, you may notice a pop-up message or a blank screen telling you that your device is damaged or compromised. It will provide a number to call for support. When you call the number, if they say your computer has been compromised, they may ask for remote access to your computer to fix the problem. A variation of this is receiving an email that says that you have purchased some sort of antivirus software with the charges on that email, and saying if you dispute that charge, to give them a call so that they can reverse it. In this case, they also want to get access to your computer and to your bank account so that they can get a hold of your money.
Okay, so now what you need to do, madam, you need to scroll down the page very slowly, very carefully from your end, and you need to just scroll it down and tell me if you can see anything else other than the blue color information over there or not. And if you see anything else over there, let me know then and there, okay?
Okay, hold on, I'm doing that. Let me go through.
Be very careful, alright?
Let's see. Whoop, hold on. I see something that says warning and something that says error.
Jesus! Did you see it's a warning?
Yeah, it says
Hello?
Yeah, it says
My
warning.
good luck, madam. It would be my humble request to you. Please do not try to click on any of them, okay?
Okay.
And it would be my request to you, madam, if you keep your mouse pointed away from them, because that's the malicious online infections I was speaking about, okay?
Okay.
And once you click on any of them, your computer might even stop responding at any point of time. So be very careful, okay?
Okay, I'm not touching the mouse.
Seen them.
And what?
Let me tell you, as you have already, yes, I am there. As you have already seen them, this means that your computer is also one of those computers which has been badly infected with those online infections, okay?
Another scam that's gaining in popularity is the Grandparent Scam. It's simple, devious, and it targets one of your greatest assets, your heart. Scammers will call you and say something like, "Hi, Grandma, do you know who this is?" In this way, they don't even need to know the name of your grandchild, because if the person sounds anything like one of your grandchildren, you will say the name, and then they're able to use that to gain your trust. From there, the fake grandchild will ask you for money to help with an urgent financial matter. It may be something along the lines of rent being due, a broken down car, or they're stuck somewhere and they need a plane or train ticket to get home. Another scam that's pulled is that they will state that they were a passenger in a car accident. Their friend was driving and hit somebody. They're okay, but when the police searched the vehicle, they found marijuana or some other drug that belonged to their friend and not them, but they were there, so they're being charged and they need bail money to get out of jail. If you ask if they called their parents, they'll start to cry and say that they were too scared to call them because they would be so angry. In another version of this scam, the call will be handed over to an arresting police officer or a lawyer trying to help your grandchild. They will use high-pressure tactics, urging you to pay for bail or legal assistance so your grandchild won't have to stay in jail. They may say that there's a gag order that has been placed on the case and that you can't discuss it with anyone else in an attempt to keep you from trying to contact another family member to make sure that your grandchild is really the person on the phone. They will use various methods to get money from you, like the previously discussed gift cards or money put into a Bitcoin machine, or they may send somebody over to your home as a courier to pick up cash, which is really brazen of them considering how many people have doorbell cams these days.
Granddad, it's me. An accident in Mexico. I'm in jail.
Jimmy, is that you?
Yeah, it's Jimmy. I need money for bail right now.
In jail?
You need to send money right now. Please don't tell anyone.
Scammers are tricky and can pretend to be anybody in any situation. They seem like the real deal. They play on your fears. The goal? To get you to act fast. Check out if they really are who they say they are, even if they sound like a loved one. Heard from an imposter? Report it at ftc.gov/imposters.
Originally, I went to interview Helen Taylor about a scam phone call she got from a cop impersonator. But while I was there, she got another scam phone call, this one from someone claiming to be her grandson.
I love you too, dear. What's the matter?
The caller tells her he was in a car accident with another woman up in Delaware.
Oh, I see. Although she ran the stop sign.
He also said she would be getting a call from his attorney soon. Sure enough,
A lot of people that are older. That's that man that might be the lawyer.
the attorney impersonator called asking for money.
I'm not really sure what you want me to do.
Okay, well, what he needs you to do is he needs a bail bond. His bail was set at $2,500.
Taylor played along, but then finally told him the gig was up.
You know this is a scam, don't you?
I'm sorry?
You know this is a scam, don't you? And that is...
The man tried to argue, telling her there was really somebody in danger, but...
Okay. Bye-bye. Goodbye. She didn't fall for it. I heard him say that.
Other types of scams include romance scams, which target lonely older adults. And then there are business imposter scams, where the scammer claims to be from a business or a charity, like your local fire department. Business imposter scammers use technology to create a caller ID that looks like it's from an official business. You should also be aware of financial abuse that often occurs to older adults. The perpetrators can often be someone who's close to you, an adult child, a friend, a trusted financial guardian, or a caregiver. Here are the warning signs of elder financial abuse: changes to wills, trusts, or other legal documents, new individuals added to financial accounts, sudden disinterest in financial matters, unexplained financial withdrawals or transfers, social withdrawal, missing personal property, mentioning new friends, insufficient funds notices and past due notices, increase in ATM withdrawals, and a long absent relative who suddenly shows up. So how can you get help if you've been scammed, or if you know someone who may be the victim of a scammer or of financial exploitation? If it's an emergency and a crime is currently in progress, for example, let's say you see an elderly person standing confused in front of a Bitcoin machine or a Coinstar machine trying to deposit money into it, call 911 immediately. If the person being scammed or exploited is someone who lacks the mental or physical capacity to provide for their daily needs, call your local Adult Protective Services office. Every county should have a local Adult Protective Services division within the Department of Social Services. If the person has the physical or mental capacity to provide for their daily needs, then there's a number of options, depending on the nature of the scam or exploitation. If you're not the person who's being exploited or scammed, you should first try to convince the person of what's happening and get them to stop. and report it. Reporting without their consent can be problematic. If you aren't sure of the steps you should take, call the National Elder Fraud Hotline at 1-833-372-8311. You can also go to their webpage, and I've put the link in the description below. I've also included other resources to access to get more information about elder scams and frauds. Stay safe, everybody, and thanks for watching.